Who are the Qatari Investment Group? Qatari Investors Group KIG is a diversified conglomerate listed on the Qatar Stock Exchange. The group owns and operates several subsidiaries in diverse sectors. Historically, the group's focus has been on B2B operations. QIG subsidiaries are a mix of organically grown enterprises and international partnerships. Who is the Emir of Qatar? Sheikh Tamim ibn Hamad Al Thani, born June 3, 1980, Doha, Qatar. Emir of Qatar 2013, who succeeded his father, Sheikh Hamad, after Hamad abdicated in his favor. Important to note, the Emir of Qatar is a Manchester United fan. Group of wealthy investors from the oil-rich state are expected to join Sir Jim Ratcliffe in formally entering the process to buy the club from the Glazers. The Glazers, who have owned United since 2005, want at least £6 billion for the club, although the Qatari-backed group are understood to value it at £4.5 billion. Radcliffe, Britain's richest man and chief executive of the Ineos Chemicals Group, was first to formally declare his interest in purchasing United last month. Those behind the anticipated Qatari bid are said to be confident the Gulf States' ownership of French club Paris Saint-Germain will not prove an obstacle to their pursuit of United. Qatar Sports Investments QSI own PSG, and under current regulations, the same group cannot own two clubs in the same competition, which could lead to a conflict of interest and compromise sporting integrity. But the Qatari group looking to take ownership of United are said to have their own funds to proceed with the purchase, rather than relying on QSI, the sovereign wealth of the state. The Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, is a committed United fan and has been advised in recent months by his financial consultants to consider investing in the area around Old Trafford. The location is considered prime for such investment, and the Sheikh has been alerted to the potential for development in the same way Manchester City's Abu Dhabi owners have redeveloped the area around the Etihad Stadium. Would Qatar Sports Investments' ownership of PSG be an issue? If QSI bought Imminent, for example, they could not play in the Champions League in the same season as PSG. There are ways around that though. There are lots of other Qatar-based groups and individuals who could buy Manchester United instead of QSI. How much is Imminent likely to cost any buyer? The Glazer family wants £6 billion for the club, but it is currently valued at £9 billion on the New York Stock Exchange. That is a significant gap, and it is worth noting that even the lower valuation would still be a worldwide record for a football club. However, will a buyer be prepared to pay as much as £6 billion for a club which has a turnover of around £580 million, with about 80% of that going on wages? Especially when there is probably around £1 billion needed to be spent on improvements to the training ground, stadium, and general infrastructure? When could we expect a deal to go through? The Rain Group want bids to be in by the middle of February, and those offers will then be considered. It could be done before the end of the season, but there is no hard or fast deadline, as there was with Chelsea. If it was completed before the end of the season, there could be big funds available for Erik ten Hag in the summer transfer window. The Qatar Investment Group is worth over $3.5 billion.